Destiny 2, the final shape, has been out for a little over a month now, so it's pretty safe to say that people have figured out what the best, most meta weapons are to use in PvP. So in today's video, I got a list of the top 7 most used weapons in PvP right now. I'm gonna go over how to get them, the best perk combinations, so that you guys can compete in things like Trials of Osiris and the comp playlist. So Guardians, let's go. Now this list is going to consist of the top 7 best primary weapons to use in the Crucible, and if your favorite weapon didn't make the list, be sure to let me know about it down in the comments. Now starting off the list at number 7, we have the Riposte Legendary Auto Rifle. This is a brand new weapon that came with the final shape. It is the new reward from playing in the comp playlist. It's a void auto rifle firing at 720 rounds per minute, and it's actually the first time that a 720 has a lightweight frame. This weapon has superb handling, and you can move faster while this weapon is equipped. This thing comes with great base stats, and in the first column you can get things like Tap the Trigger, Enlighten Action, Zen Moment, Killing Wind, and To the Pain. And in that last column you can roll things like Target Lock, Dynamic Sway, Encore, and Kill Clip. Combinations like Tap the Trigger and Dynamic Sway make this auto rifle very, very consistent, or you can always do things like Zen Moment and Kill Clip to have a very lethal roll after you get that first kill. According to Destiny Tracker, this has a 1.13% usage rate, and if you want to get your hands on things, jump into that comp playlist, complete your 7 placement matches, and then each week on each of your characters, after you do 3 comp matches, you will get one to drop as an endgame reward. Coming in at the number 6 spot, we have the Rose Hand Cannon. According to Destiny Tracker, this has a 1.47 usage rate, and once again, this is another weapon that you get by competing in the comp playlist, and depending on how high your rank is, you can actually go over to Shaxx and focus this specifically. Once again, this hand cannon comes with the lightweight frame archetype, superb handling, move faster with this weapon equipped. It has phenomenal base stats. In that first column for PvP, you can get things like Elemental Capacitor, Rapid Hit, Moving Target, Slide Shot, Perpetual Motion, and Quick Draw. And in the last column, you get things like Explosive Payload, Eye of the Storm, Rangefinder, Opening Shot, Snapshot. A really nasty combo for the Crucible is actually Slide Shot and Explosive Payload, or you can go with something like Rapid Hit and Eye of the Storm. This is one of the best hand cannons in the game, and it's not really hard to get at all. Highly suggest you guys jump into the comp playlist so you can get your hands on the God Roll. Now moving on to the number 5 spot, we have the Outbreak Perfected Exotic Pulse Rifle. Now on Destiny Tracker, this has a 1.59 usage rate. If you want to get your hands on this weapon, you'll have to complete the 0-hour exotic mission. And once you complete that, you'll be able to craft this weapon. It comes with the exotic perks, the Corruption Spreads. This weapon creates 7 nanite swarms on rapid hits and precision kills. And it also has the exotic perk Parasitism. This weapon does more damage to enemies based on the number of 7 nanites that are attached to them. One of the best rolls that you can craft for PvP has got to be Hammerforged Rifling, Accurized Rounds, and Head Seeker. This is an exotic, so it already comes with really great stats, as really good aim assist and a really good base recoil direction, and it's a bonus that this weapon is really good in PvE too. Now coming in at the number 4 spot, we have the Ace of Spades Hand Cannon. This hand cannon was introduced way back in 2018 with the release of the Destiny 2 Forsaken expansion, and honestly, ever since then, this has always been a meta option. According to Destiny Tracker, this has a 1.76 usage rate, and like all exotic hand cannons, this comes with great base stats, a really high aim assist sitting at 70 base aim assist and 75 base range. It comes with the exotic perks Memento Mori, reloading after a kill, loads the magazine with a few extra damage bullets, and it also grants a radar while aiming down sights. It also has the perk Firefly. Precision kills with this weapon increase reload speed and cause the targets to explode, dealing solar damage to nearby enemies. Ace of Spades also comes with an exotic Catalyst, increasing the stats even more and causing Firefly to deal more damage while Memento Mori is active. This weapon is real easy to get your hands on. All you gotta do is head on over to the kiosk over at the tower and you can buy it for an exotic cipher and some materials. If you don't have this, you definitely need to pick it up. If you made it this far into the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoyed the content. Let's get into the top 3. Now coming in at the number 3 spot, we have another exotic pulse rifle, and this one's called the Graviton Lance. The Graviton Lance has been around since the very beginning of Destiny 2. It launched with the vanilla campaign, and currently if you want to get your hands on this weapon, this is a rare world drop, or you can actually do a New Light quest and it'll ask you to pick Arc, Solar, or Void. Just pick the Void one, and during that quest line you will be rewarded with the Graviton Lance. At one point in time, the Graviton Lance was the number 1 pick, the most meta weapon in the Crucible, so much so that Bungie had to nerf it a little bit. But even after the nerf, this weapon is performing very well in the Crucible, as you can see as it's number 3 on the list. It comes with the exotic perk Black Hole. Second shot of the burst rips a hole through space-time, doing high damage and recoil with no fall off, and also has the Cosmology perk. Kills with this weapon cause enemy targets targets to detonate and spawn void projectiles that track targets. This cosmology perk makes it insanely easy to punish teams who like to stick together because those void seekers deal a ton of damage in the Crucible, and this weapon does have an exotic catalyst, which is going to increase the stats even more. And according to Destiny 2 Tracker, this has a 3.48 usage rate in the Crucible, almost doubling that of the weapons that we mentioned earlier on this list. So that's how you know this weapon is good in PvP. You definitely need to consider adding this to your arsenal. Now coming in at the number 2 spot is another exotic pulse rifle. It just released with the Final Shape expansion, and it's called the Red Death Reform. According to Destiny Tracker, this has a 3.82 usage rate. This is an exotic energy pulse rifle, and if you guys bought the season pass, you can unlock it at rank 1 automatically. If not, it's still free to all players, but you will have to do a bit of grinding. I think it's like level 40 this unlocks for the unpaid version. Although this weapon was just introduced, as you can see, it's in the number 2 spot, and it is very strong in both PvP and in PvE. It comes with the exotic perk called Redemption. Final blows with this weapon cure you and increase reload speed. Reloading after a final blow cures nearby allies, and it also has the exotic trait perk Inverse Relationship. When you deal damage with this weapon, it grants increased handling, takes reduced flinch, and movement speed is increased for a short time. When you are at reduced health, this weapon deals more damage. So basically this weapon was made with PvP in mind. Not only does it give you health on kill, but it does more damage when you're losing your gunfight. There is literally no downside to using this pulse rifle in the Crucible. And later on in the second act of this episode, this is going to be getting a catalyst, which is going to make it even better. The catalyst states that final blows charge this weapon. When the weapon is charged, the next final blow creates a healing burst at your location and leaves a remnant behind that provides restoration to your allies. Now this pulse rifle is so good that Bungie is already slapping it with a nerf. Bungie has stated that they have chosen to reduce the added stability that the pattern provides. This will align the burst spread more closely with other pulse rifles while retaining as much of the unique feel as possible. Now even though this weapon is being hit with a slight nerf, I know for a fact it's going to be doing very well in the Crucible even after. Now coming in at the number 1 spot, we have the Kasto exotic auto rifle. And if you guys been playing in the Crucible as of late, this probably doesn't surprise you. This is an amazing auto rifle that comes with great base stats. According to Destiny Tracker, this has a 14.17 usage rate. To put that in perspective, the number 2 spot that we just talked about, the Red Death, that one only had a 3.82. This one has 14.17. That is absolutely insane. Everybody is using this because it is completely broken in Crucible right now. It comes with the exotic perk called the Right Choice. Every 7th bullet from this weapon deals additional damage and ricochets to nearby targets. And it also has the perk Eyes Up Guardian. Collecting orbs of power strengthens the weapon's next several ricochet shots, allowing them to bounce between multiple targets. And it also comes with shoot to loot, so you don't even have to run over to pick up any orbs. You can just shoot at them and you can get that Eyes Up Guardian perk going. And once again, this weapon really punishes teams who like to stick together. It is really easy to snag those multi-kills with those ricochet rounds. Just this past weekend, this was the number 1 used weapon inside of Trials. Usually the Trials meta is ruled by hand cannons and SMGs, but ever since the Kasto came out, it has quickly risen to the top of the meta. And once again, just like the Red Death, it is so good that it's not gone unnoticed. Bungie is actually slapping a nerf on this. This weapon is actually bugged, they are saying. They will be removing the bugged effect that reduces recoil by 50%, but as a middle ground, they're going to be increasing the base stability by 30 points up to 72. And they are also reducing the bouncing bullet damage against players from 18.4 to 4.6. But there is some good news about this. They are leaving this completely unchanged in PvE. But I must say, even with the nerfs, just like the Red Death, this is still going to be very strong in the Crucible. But only time will tell. But as of right now, this is the number 1 used weapon in Destiny 2, the Final Shape. So Guardians, we have reached the end of the list. Give yourselves a pat on the back if you made it to the end of the video. And definitely let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed this type of video. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, maybe next I'll do a top 7 PvE weapons. So if you guys are new here, need more Destiny 2 in your life, subscribe to the channel. Leave a like if you enjoyed the content. Follow me over on Twitch for the live streams. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.